Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on X, Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and on Instagram and on Threads at Movies TV Mad X. A very warm welcome to Saturday's edition of the Movies TV Mad Daily Bite Size. Now, I want you to be very, very understanding to me because it's nearly 40 Celsius here in Cyprus. Now, I do have the aircon on. Yesterday, during my 25-minute video, which is normally a 30-minute video, I was really struggling, tried to do it without aircon. I had to cut the video 5 minutes short. Not that probably anyone was watching up to that point anyway. I was dead underwater with this heat. Anyway, today I want to preview the Doctor Who episode. So is it episode 8? The Legend of Ruby Sunday. I don't expect anything from this episode. This mystery hasn't even been earned. It's been a terribly bland, gaslighting season of Doctor Who, and I've got very little out of all of it. RTD is running on empty, and all he's been able to do is gaslight. He said he came back. He said he wouldn't have come back if he couldn't have done something different. Indifferent, you mean gaslighting audiences and being dull, and basically just doing the same shit you did before. And you can expect the same from the Legend of Ruby Sunday and the Empire of Death, which is the season finale, the season 1 finale of Doctor Who. By the way, RTD, stop calling it season 1. If you wanted to reboot it, you should have had the balls, you should have had the knackers to actually reboot it. But you didn't. You pretended you were rebooting it, right? But you didn't. So why call it season 1? It makes no sense, like this entire run of RTD2. So this whole idea is that the same woman has been popping up throughout the season. Forgot the actress's name. Everyone's been getting very, very excited about this. Apart from me. This is a Bad Wolf ripoff. Not only, but yet again, he's ripping off the Last of the Time Lords, like he did in The Giggle. So we've seen a clip now. Now, by the time this video goes out, this episode of Doctor Who will be available for you. So we're going to be back at Unit, the most dullest version of Unit you have ever seen. But yay, it's diverse. Well, if you're going to make something diverse, at least make it interesting. Nothing wrong with diversity. Nothing. But diverse characters deserve to be interesting, don't they? Not to these fucking virtue signalers. Anyway, so all of a sudden the Doctor's trying to work out in this clip we've seen. What's going on? What's this connected to? Then suddenly they put the screen on and this woman is there. This woman they've seen everywhere. Now the synopsis is that the Doctor is powerless against the timeless enemy. Where have we heard this before? But this is the one where we have heard before. No one can save the world apart from a woman. Literally. We've been here before. I'm assuming that Ruby is that woman. So basically, it's the same old shit RTD and Moffat have been giving us for years. And when they used to do it, and it came from their earned seasons, we kind of enjoyed it. But there's nothing new to see here. The review on, the reveal on what we're going to get from the mystery box that is Ruby Sunday will be absolutely nothing. I mean, that woman could be Ruby. That woman may not be Ruby's mother, right? That woman probably is. Maybe Ruby Sunday. Maybe. But it's basically, the whole season has been Bad Wolf, Bad Wolf, Bad Wolf. That's everywhere. Bad Wolf's everywhere. This woman, we see her everywhere. She's coming through the time window. So they're going to go back to 2004. I went on his Instagram and I said to him, "Oi, RTD, can I go back to 2004? I didn't say anything else. Because you don't want to be blocked, do you? You still want access to them. But yeah, so they're going to go back to 2004. This will be interesting. Well, actually, let's be honest, it's not going to be fucking interesting, but it'll be interesting to see what all this is about. But like the giggle, it's going to be the same old shit. When he came back, I really thought we were back in business. You know, Star Beast was solid for 3/4 of the episode until they went current day, until they kind of red-pilled Donna's great tragedy. And some tragedies for characters are great, as I've said before, and the way they red-pilled it for more kind of diversity reasons was disgusting and a betrayal on the great tragic ending. He betrayed Catherine Tate. Kathy may still love him. Yeah, Russell! But he betrayed you, sweetheart. He betrayed your great story and your great performance. And at the end of the day, it's disgusting. Wild Blue Yonder isn't a way to celebrate 60 years of an icon. And the giggle, a rip-off of The Last of the Time Lords. And there's going to be elements of The Last of the Time Lords here. This woman who's been everywhere, she's obviously trying to take over the world. So they're going to go back to 2004 and try and undo everything that's probably done now in the present day. So basically, you're not going to see much here. It's not going to be interesting. And it's going to be very, very underwhelming. And as I've said before, none of this is actually earned. None, squat. None of this is earned. None of this is interesting. And, you know, the ratings for Dot and Bubble were really, really bad. And I mean, the iPlayer views were horrific. So what you get is, right, you get your overnights. And then you get, don't forget, a lot of people kind of watch it on iPlayer because it's out on iPlayer first. But think about this. The iPlayer views were the ones that really let it down. People weren't interested. People weren't rewatching it. One of the things with streaming and catch-up is that you should make something so good that it's really rewatchable. So has the plan to release it on iPlayer first worked? Absolutely not. Some episodes have been 4.5 million, nearly 5 million. Some of them have been about 3.5 million. It hasn't worked. I spoke about this the other day when he said, I was brought back to Doctor Who to bring under 30s. Well, did you do it? You did it in 2005, but you didn't do it. You have failed. Any other showrunner, any other executive producer would be fired. But not him, because he has shares in one of the production companies that makes the show. The only way he gets fired, if he fires himself. And let's be honest, he's not going to do that. He's running season 2. That's nearly been shot, if it hasn't been shot already. And we don't know about a decision for season 3. In terms of ratings, most shows would be cancelled. But this is Doctor Who. This is the BBC, a non-commercial, I wouldn't say a non-profit organisation. But ratings is not something that it really needs, if you look at... But you need people to be watching stuff, right? And they have failed on every single level. So season 2's happening. Season 2's happening. They've shot it just about. So that's happening. So apparently we're going to have 2 companions and the Doctor. I'm still not sure that Ruby stays on the TARDIS, but we'll see what happens by the end of the Empire, the Emperor of Death, or the Empress of Death, or whatever it is, right? Let's see what they do. At least we get some kind of finale. At least we get some kind of climactic thing. Again, I don't think, look, I have no hope that this is going to be any good. I mean, let's look at season 7. Whether you're talking about season 7A or season 7B. Now, a lot of people hate season 7B under Moffat, but actually, I disliked season 7A more than I disliked season 7B. Season 7B had, the snowmen. That is my favourite Matt Smith episode. That's when I actually embraced Matt as the Doctor. So, and I liked Clara Oswald. I liked her mystery box. It was actually interesting. I liked her relationship with the Doctor. A lot of people didn't. Sorry, I've got some ants climbing all over me. I don't know where they came from, but they decided to climb up my legs. Anyway, I bet you won't see that in any other The Legend of Ruby Sunday preview. So you got something you won't see anywhere else. Keep off my bloody legs. Anyway, I forgot where I was now. But yeah, I don't have any hope for this. I don't see anything new here. As I say, it is very Bad Wolf. So, and, you know, who was Bad Wolf in the end? It was Rose Tyler. Oh, I wonder who the woman's going to be who's been showing up everywhere. Ruby Sunday? Because you're not going to get Susan. Life's not that kind. I still don't understand why the actress who played Susan originally has never come back to New Who. It doesn't really make any sense. She's done Big Finish, of course. I think she has anyway. So, bloody hell, man. Oh my God, they're literally hitting my leg. So I don't think you're going to get Susan. Definitely not. So I think that this woman's that's been, you know, everywhere is literally Ruby Sunday. Because it kind of, that episode, that 73 yards, kind of hinted, you know, at that kind of thing as well. Who knows? Who knows? But I don't expect us to get something new, something bold, something interesting, and something exciting from this double finale. In a lot of ways, I wish that both the finale episodes were on this weekend so we could just get it over with. Because I'm tired of it. But I'm a Doctor Who fan and I still want to watch Doctor Who at this point. But I haven't enjoyed it. Before every episode I've been saying, yay, Doctor Who, maybe it'll be good this week. But, my friends, that hasn't been the case, has it now? It's been very hard to watch. They told us to eat grass, they told us not to watch, and a lot of people listened to that. It's like that time Stephen Amell, you know, had a complaint about Arrow after season 2. Don't like it, don't watch. Guess what people did? The ratings went down. Well done, Stephen. They're so arrogant they can't handle any fucking criticism. As soon as you criticize them creatively, they'll either call you a racist or a bigot, or they'll tell you not to watch. Hey, what do you expect was going to happen here? So I don't understand what Russell T Davies thought was going to happen when he came back. Initially, there was a lot of buzz because he was back. Then he started gaslighting with the Davros charity episode, right? Which didn't, you know, because he could have just made Davros a real person without making any comment about disabled people being evil or how they shouldn't be stereotyped as being evil. You didn't have to say anything, but they always have to fucking virtue signal. And then if anyone went and constructively criticised him on his Instagram account, he blocked them or he told them, tough luck. I said, there's no point me coming on here complaining about this. I'll discuss it down the pub. And he liked it. He liked that. That's what I do. You know, I said to him once that me and RTD are going to have to agree to disagree about RTD2. I think he liked that as well. So, yeah, but that's the kind of person I'm, you know, I'm emotionally intelligent. I'm not going to go into a man's Instagram and start slaughtering him, right? Whatever I want to say about him, I'll say on my video. And he can't say nothing about that. Because I'm not going after him. I'm not really going after him now. I'm constructively criticising him. This is a big shame, everyone. This man's legacy is... He's killed his legacy, and I warned about this even when I was excited about his return, that this could be a possibility. He's burnt his legacy to the ground, and it looks like he wanted to burn his legacy all along. He's burnt out. He's too old. 61-year-old Russell T Davies isn't the man that 38-year-old Russell T Davies was. The man who passionately brought back Doctor Who for the right reasons. I'm not being ageist. Look at Clint Eastwood. He's still hobbling about directing great motion pictures and great, you know, great art. So it's not about age, but this man is burnt out. This man has new ideas. We could have had the creator of Happy Valley running Doctor Who. And Sarah Lancashire playing the Doctor. And I don't care what you think about a female Doctor. Ain't no one going to be disappointed by Sarah Lancashire as the Doctor. The character can regenerate into any humanoid. It ain't a big deal, people. If it's a black person, an Asian person, it don't matter. The only thing that matters is like the people going ape shit because we had like Donna's daughter's trans. And you were going after that character. I don't care that she's trans. I was actually interested in her story. I liked the idea that she was a bit depressed and they were dead naming her and how that affected her, right? I'm not one of these people who start shouting from the rooftop, oh, no, a biological male or female is just the only female males and transgender people are this, that. No, no. I support people to be what they want to be. And I didn't care that we had a trans actress on the show. And her story, and she did really great, as far as I'm concerned. It's only the problem with her character was when we started going after the male presenting Time Lord and how he red-pilled Donna's story using the trans character. That's where it went wrong. I ain't got nothing against transgender people. Of course, the issue whether trans women should play in sports is a very serious issue, and we all have to have that discussion. And where trans women, go to get changed or go to the loo is a very important issue that affects, biological, presenting women. That's true. And these things have to be discussed, but I never come from a place of hatred, and I support everyone. And if people want me to call them a they, them, I'll call them a they, them. I ain't an arsehole. And I think we live in new times and we need to chill out a bit. So it's not about that for me. I'm not angry because we got a black doctor. I wasn't angry because we had a female doctor. Wasn't angry. I like Ncuti Gatwa. I think if the showrunner actually used him properly, and it's the same thing with Jodie's doctor. We've seen Jodie in countless roles. We know she's a great actor. We know she could have been a great doctor. This is not on Ncuti. This is not on Jodie. This is on the bloody creatives who say, ooh, diverse person, best not give them any nuance, eh? Who's the racist? Who's the biggest? Who's the sexist? Us, who demand that even whoever you are, whether you're diverse or part of the mainstream or whatever, that you get some depth within the characters, and we actually see a version of the Doctor. And this is the problem. Jodie didn't feel like the Doctor, and Ncuti doesn't feel like the Doctor. Not because he's white, not because he's black, not because Jodie's a woman, because it wasn't done properly, because they thought being diverse is enough. So who's the bigots? Who's the real problem here? Me? You? Or is it Russell T Davies? Is it Chris Chibnall? This is my criticism, but they won't answer this type of criticism. They're only interested when people are being bigoted. Because it's easy then, because they can use that as propaganda. It's not our bad writing, it's not our lazy work, it's the audience. They're bigots. The failure of Dot and Bubble in terms of the numbers and the consumption, because it was an episode that put the audience on trial. We're all racist, we're all bigots, all white people are bad, and diverse people are the good people, and straight white people are the problem. Get rid of straight white people, and everybody would be in a circle singing Ring a Ring of Roses. This is the problem with extremism. But back to the legend of Ruby Sunday. As much as I love Millie Gibson, I adore Millie Gibson. I think Millie Gibson is absolutely lovely. She's tried her best, but you can't shine shit. And even an actor of Millie's really high ability, because I've been watching Millie since she was a kid acting, right? So she was amazing in Corrie. She was amazing in Corrie. But she hasn't been amazing in Doctor Who, and it's not her fault. So you're calling an episode The Legend of Ruby Sunday. Well, Ruby Sunday isn't a legend, but I bet you bottom dollar this is basically Bad Wolf. She will be revealed as this woman who's been turning up everywhere, blah, blah, blah. If it's something more amazing than that, I'll give him credit. Now, I was talking about season 7. There was a reason. There was a method to my madness. Because people didn't like season 7 really, A or B, let's be honest, right? But, so we thought this was just a mediocre season, right? And then we get The Name of the Doctor, one of the best season finales we ever got. From any series, any show. So it kind of saved the series. People weren't talking about it being mid anymore. So that's what we need here. And he's got a double finale, but he had 3 fucking 60th anniversary specials, and not one of them kind of made you feel you were celebrating 60 years of Doctor Who. I've said I enjoyed most of Starbase, but it still didn't feel like a celebration. It still felt like a normal episode of Doctor Who, even with the criticisms I have of it. So there's nothing to see here. There's nothing interesting. And even the shills are starting to realise, starting to wake up, that Russell T Davies coming back is a nightmare. And if it's been a nightmare this year, he's not even writing the Christmas episode. Just imagine what season 2 is going to be like. Why isn't he writing the Christmas episode? It's a bit odd, isn't it? I think we may have some big announcements at the end of this series. Let's see what happens. You know, look, Russell, you're clearly a very talented guy. You were a motivator of mine. You know, I wanted to be a creative because of you. Your passion on Doctor Who Confidential was utterly special. But you joined the ranks of the extremists. I know you've always been left-wing. I've always been moderate left, right? I don't like the Tories either. I don't like cruelty towards people and certain groups either. But at the end of the day, what you've done here is totally wrong. And it can't be justified because it's been about gaslighting and hatred, not entertainment. We're not watching entertainment anymore. People ask me why, I try to explain why I'm not watching The Acolyte. So there's this big hoo-ha about The Acolyte episode 3. So I'm watching all these, reviews and people shitting on it. I don't even have the passion for it anymore to hate Disney. It's just not for me. Just not going to watch it. I can't. I ain't got the energy anymore. It's shit. We know it's shit. We know it's embarrassing. We know it's about extremism. Hollywood is dead. It's not the Hollywood I grew up watching. It wasn't the Hollywood that my dad used to take me around the sets to. This isn't the Hollywood anymore. I've got that Hollywood on physical media and digital. I don't need to worry about it. It's not my problem. It's this generation's problem. It's my nieces and nephews' problem. They don't have a Hollywood. They don't have an entertainment industry. They have a propaganda merchant industry. So they're losing out, and even they have all the old films that I've got to enjoy, and they do enjoy them. They grew up with Superman 78 and etc. And happy, what was it? I think it's 11 years yesterday, or a couple of days ago by this time the video goes out, since Man of Steel was released. Great movie, love it. We'll have to talk about it again when there's not much going on. But, so, what I'm hearing about this episode is, it's nothing special, there's nothing to see here, it's nothing we haven't seen anymore, it's basically a rip-off of Bad Wolf, and yet again he's ripping off The Last of the Time Lords, even the kind of going back in time thing. Well, Moffat's end of season 5 finale did something like that with Amy Pond, and I think this is what we're gonna see again. So I don't expect anything new. I don't expect anything interesting, because this is when we're supposed to see the Doctor powerless. Well, let's be honest, the Doctor's been powerless all year. We had 2 Doctor-like episodes. Explain that to me, RTD. Why the Doctor that you're proud of, the Doctor that you cast, was barely in 2 episodes. What does that say? We're talking about an 8 episode season here. And for 2 episodes, we barely saw him. Or he wasn't the main thing. The truth is, Doctor Who cannot be made the way RTD and Moffat and Chibnall used to make it. Entertainment has moved on. Using the word entertainment loosely. Doctor Who, as I keep on saying, needs a young showrunner with new ideas. And it can't be current day. It has to be exciting again. It has to be vibrant. I would have thought if you wanted to gaslight people, you would have waited until your second RTD2 season and did something amazing for the first season. But maybe, RTD, you are just not capable of doing something different. Maybe I'm right that you've actually just run out of ideas. You're just a burnt out old man. Because this season, those 4 not so specials are the work of a burnt out old man. I could write better Doctor Who. And I've never written for television in my fucking life. I could write better Doctor Who. It's easy. The Doctor meets a young girl. Her mum's dying of an intergalactic disease. And the Doctor makes an impossible promise if she travels with him to try and find a cure. Interesting, isn't it? More interesting than this fucking shit. Admit it. If you like that idea of the doctor travelling with a little girl who begging the doctor to save his mother's life while travelling the universe to find a cure for an intergalactic disease, I'm not going to tell you what happens in the end just in case it gets green lit. Well, it won't, will it? But basically it's a tragic ending, and that little companion will end up hating the doctor and doing something terrible. That's what storytelling is all about. That's what Doctor Who should be all about, making it interesting. RTD used to have interesting companions. Rose Tyler, the Dorothy from Wizard of Oz who wanted to escape her mundane existence. The intelligent med student, Martha Jones, who ended up saving the Doctor. Donna Noble, a strong, angry young woman who became better because of the inspiration of our hero, the Doctor. Then we had Amy Pond, a woman who didn't love her boyfriend and took him for granted, her fiancé. But thanks to the Doctor, he showed her, why she should have appreciated this young man. And the Doctor helps her fall in love with him. And in the end, she sacrifices her friendship with the Doctor to be with Rory because the Doctor made her open her eyes. It's beautiful, it's amazing. Clara Oswald saves the Doctor, it's beautiful, it's amazing. Bill, a black gay character, female character, was wonderfully done. Wonderfully. I love Bill. But this, you've got Ruby Sunday, you've got Millie Gibson, you've done nothing. You've got Ncuti Gatwa from Sex Education, everybody loves him, you've done nothing. You haven't been deep, you haven't been interesting. You had The Devil's Called, which could have been a beautiful musical episode. But you cheated and you did a bit of sing-song at the fucking end. There's always a twist in the end. Fuck off. I mean, I'm sorry, RTD. I do love you. But I can't sit there as an intelligent gentleman, a man who's walked onto sets, a man who knows how this biz works. You people making entertainment today, you, a genius, shouldn't be there if you're not feeling it, if you don't want to give us something. We're the customer. Don't you fucking understand how this works? We're the fucking customer. Make us some good stuff, bitch. I mean, it's a joke the way they talk down to us like they fucking own us. Well, these fans are, oh man, are you mad? You just put down a whole customer base. And then you go, why don't these men support these things? Because you hate us. You just told us that you hate us. And then you want us to go and fucking watch Charlie's Angels? Or you want us to sit there watching The Acolyte? Yes, yes, yes. I do love that clip. It makes me laugh. She's hot, by the way. But anyway, so don't expect anything special. I was naive even when we got to the giggle. I thought, yeah, this is it. Multiversal Doctor, Tennant will be there, all the Doctors will be standing there with Ncuti. It'll be a great celebration of the 60th anniversary. It's all canon, it's all beautiful. No. Hatred, 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 boring, mid, nostalgia bait. And this is what you're going to get in this episode as well. We're going to go back to 2004. Maybe Billy Piper will kind of do a cameo. I don't know. And everyone's going to be going, oh my God, it's Billy Piper, oh yeah, RTD's a genius. But the real genius is, us, the fans who understand what's going on here, will say, this is fucking shit. I don't want it to be shit. I want to be, look, if I'm pleasantly surprised, I'm going to get on my knees and say, please RTD, forgive me for my disrespect. But I don't expect that to happen. I expect it to be a very mundane double finale. And you think, it's very kind of garnish. Oh, if we give them 2 episodes of the finale, they think they're getting something big, but they're not really. The first episode will be padding, and the second episode will be underwhelming. But by the time they've realised that, it'll be too late. Him and Moffat are sitting there fucking laughing there while they're smoking cigars with Ncuti. At the end of the day, the audience is cleverer now. Thanks to these DVD extras, thanks to them showing us how they fucking make things and educating us about the industry, we fucking know as much as they do, maybe more. They're lazy, they've run out of ideas, and RTD is either hasn't run out of ideas and he's refusing to actually be entertaining and interesting and give this doctor depth. And it's a shame. Kathleen Kennedy recently said we can no longer refer to the Force as the dark side and the light because it's not 1977 and it's racist, because obviously the dark side being a negative thing is supposed to be racist. No, it's because dark is deemed as dark. It doesn't mean a black person is bad as in dark, but they're so fucking literal minded. Anyway, I'll be back in the next video to review the legend that isn't the legend of Ruby Sunday. I hope I'm wrong. See you then to find out if I'm right or wrong. Am I the problem or is RTD?